All right, so we getting ready to get it going for keto class. We're talking about bread. Sorry, y'all, for all of those who said, "Hey, I apologize. I didn't get to talk about who popped in tonight. I was working on getting some other things." So I see Alicia out there. I see Sandra. I saw Drea. Appreciate you popping through. Shelly, Ellen. So Donna. So we are good. Susie. That's Suzanne. So we're all getting ready. And then Lynette, I already sent Lynette the link. So she's actually going to be live doing the live Q&A section there. So Lynette, we'll see how that works. I'm not sure you'd be the first one to try to pop in doing that. So I'll come to you a little bit later after I go through the presentation. So here we go. Let's talk about this keto bread. So our objective tonight. So we're going to review keto bread. So I'm going to review some of the bread on the keto side, that we considering to be keto. So we're going to go over and review all of that type of bread. Also, I'm going to explain how to analyze it, because that's one of the biggest issues, is that you can't always be dependent on somebody to tell you whether it's keto or not. So I'm going to teach you how you analyze the bread. How is it analyzed? What am I looking for? What items do I look for? And then the 2 blood glucose tests I did, I'm going to tell you about how they correlate with the ingredients. So that's going to be the gist of our class tonight. So here we go. So here go a few low carb breads. I'm not telling you whether these are good or not. So don't look at this screen and say, "Oh, they're good. Oh, these are the ones," because I haven't dug deep yet. So I'm going to dig deep on each one to let you know which one is keto or not. I'm going to need some participation on the Facebook side in 1 minute, because I'm gonna need y'all to tell me whether y'all can hear the video. Just let me know, because Zoom has changed over time with that sound thing. It used to play videos inside of it and they would never be able to hear them. So y'all will be able to tell me if y'all can hear it or not. So Tabby, you asking how do you join the class? You're in the class, you just can't see the Zoom, you just can't see the screen yet. So Tabby, just go to my my bio. So if y'all go to my bio on the TikTok side and click Facebook support group. So click the Facebook support group, and then you can request to get in. I can't let you in right now because I'm doing a presentation, but just request to get in. So here we go. So here goes some examples of bread, and y'all drop some of the bread down there that y'all would like to see too, because that way I can actually talk about those as well if I see those brands in there, or especially on the Facebook side, it'll give me an opportunity to go look those up and even maybe do a review on those. So if you got some breads in your area, definitely drop them down in there. So Sandra, thanks, can hear me loud and clear. Shelly can hear me loud and clear. I'm gonna play a video, so I'm gonna need y'all to tell me if y'all can hear that video loud and clear in a second. So some of y'all, especially on the TikTok side, y'all may have seen it, but y'all can listen, y'all can hear it, y'all should be able to hear it clearly, even if they can't hear it on the Zoom side. So here goes the video. Let's see if it'll play.
Hey y'all, Keto Coach E here. I see a lot of people using these on the ketogenic lifestyle, although they have enriched flour inside of them. I'm gonna do my blood glucose and give you the results. All right, so my starting glucose is 5.3, which is about 97 milligrams. All right, so I'm eating 1 tortilla, and I will test every 30 minutes for the next 2 hours. All right, so first 30 minutes, it went up to about 507, which is about 102 in milligrams. So after an hour, we drop back down to 5.3, which is about 97 in milligrams. All right, so third reading is 5.6, which is about 101. All right, so my final reading after 2 hours is a 6.0, which is actually a 108 milligrams, which means my blood glucose went up 11 points in 2 hours. So since the last reading went up, I did it one more time at 2.5 hours, which was 6.3, which is 114 in milligrams, which means we went up 17 points in total. Follow for more tips.
All right, so that was my review on the mission bread. So for those of y'all who didn't see it, you got to see it for the first time. And this video paused with my little funny looking face up there, but I guess it's all right. I just leave it there, right? So the mission bread, as you noticed, it spiked my blood sugar 17 points. So I have the mission bread over here somewhere. So here goes the mission bread. So this is the mission bread, and it spiked my blood sugar up to 17 points. It started at 100. No, it started at like 90. So I can't remember now the numbers. I had to rewind. it stuck my blood sugar all the way up. So it was like it was a 14-point increase. So the key is saying internet connection unstable. That sucks. All right. So hopefully I ain't chopping up too bad. All right. So when I read these ingredients, like I knew this was going to happen. And the reason why I did the video in this way is because I kind of like, I won't say I get tired of it, but like, I think that sometimes when I just tell people it's keto or not keto, I think that they don't really, it doesn't really resonate. So I said, well, if I do my blood sugar, then maybe when people see it and they see what really happens to your blood sugar, then maybe they'll believe me. Because I mean, a lot of times when I do keto or not videos, I always never fail someone, at least one person will leave a comment to say, it doesn't affect me. And I get that. Like, I get that. So, you know, everyone's body is different. But for the most part, when it comes to blood glucose and things like that, you should be consistent. Even if it happens to you, it should be fairly consistent. It's like, it shouldn't be like I eat it this time and it didn't. I eat it that time and it doesn't. Now maybe the numbers may be a little different depending, but I ate these raw, like nothing but the tortilla. I didn't put so you think I didn't even put any lunch meat. I didn't put any veggies in there. I didn't put anything else that could potentially spike my blood sugar. And I only ate one. So how many people will actually eat the mission bread like this and only eat one? So the thing is that this spiked my blood sugar 14 points, which I thought was I'm glad I did this one first, because now you can see the difference between the next bread that I'm going to show you. So this spiked my blood sugar 14 points. Like, so Mission Bread, y'all, and I looked at all of them. I promise y'all, I went to the store and they have a huge display. And this display is like taller than me. And it's nothing but Mission Bread all on it. And the thing is that the Mission Bread is low carb. Yes, it's low carb, because if I ate a regular tortilla, it might have spiked it 20 or 30, right? Or even more. So you got to understand that it is low carb. So they are not false advertising. They said carb balance. It's a low carb tortilla. It is not a keto tortilla. So you got to understand that in the ketogenic lifestyle, the whole key is to regulate your blood sugar. So if your blood sugar is spiking all the time, and that's the reason why OMAD works so well for people, and intermittent fasting works so well for people, because if you're eating 1 to 2 meals a day, that means that your blood glucose is not being fooled with, basically, for lack of better words, multiple times a day. You remember back in the day when they used to try to tell us to eat 6 meals a day? I know I was an athlete, so I used to hear that all the time. So the only problem with that is, especially as an adult and basically someone who's like moderately active, you know, not even like extra active, is that your insulin is going to be working all day. And if your insulin is working all day, then you're not losing weight all day. So the key is that the reason that keto works so well is because it alters your appetite. You're not as hungry. You can do 2 meals a day, which means, because every time you eat, your blood glucose is going to change. And now it shouldn't go 14 points up, but it's going to change, you know, so it's going to change, and it's going to, you know, cause a little insulin to come up to bring it back down, which is fine, but you're not doing it 5 or 6 times a day and therefore being up. And if y'all really paid attention to the times, that my blood glucose was at the highest 2 hours later, 2.5 hours later, after I ate one tortilla. So it wasn't a meal. It didn't have a drink with it. I mean, it was just literally one tortilla. So I see Tammy said, no, not. So yeah, it's not keto. So Ezekiel bread thoughts. So I'll think about the Ezekiel bread. Hold that thought too. So the Ezekiel bread, because I'm going to forget by the time I get to the end. Chaffles are good, of course, because you making those yourself, and you basically are just putting cheese and eggs. So that's good. So that was the Mission Bread. None of the Mission Breads that I found are good, and I challenge y'all. Y'all can send me all the ones y'all want, and I can out-analyze them. But I forgot to tell y'all the ingredient. So the ingredient that I saw on here, did I put the ingredients here? I don't think I did. So here goes the Mission Bread slide. So basically, all of these Mission Breads that I looked at, none of them were good for keto. I mean, I think low carb is good. I know people were telling me about the spinach wrap, and then there's like a low carb spinach wrap. But I looked at those, and they all had the same ingredient pretty much. And y'all gotta remember too, you know, all it takes is a little food coloring to make that thing green. That's all, just a little bit of food coloring. That's all it takes. So the first ingredient in this is water. So I'm like, okay, a little water, that's fine. We can handle that. The second one says modified wheat starch. So modified wheat starch. So if you see modified wheat starch, that is okay, because basically that means that they have modified it or changed it in a way that it does not stick to your blood. It doesn't stay in your bloodstream. So really they have kind of turned it into a fiber. So I'm giving that one a pass, okay? Because it's been modified. It's been modified so that it doesn't spike your blood sugar. Okay, that's what they tell us. So enriched bleached flour is the third ingredient. The first ingredient is water, so that don't even really count in my mind. But the third ingredient, or the second ingredient, is enriched bleached flour. That's straight flour, y'all. So that's the first thing we learn, is that, you know, we switched out flour for almond flour. So that's regular good old fashioned white flour. That's all that is. So when I read this and I kept watching these videos on the internet, and I'm like, it's no way people think that's keto. I'm really, in my mind, that's what I'm thinking. Like, it's no way people are eating these and thinking that they're keto. And when I say keto or not, I hate to be like, because I'm not the keto police. I always say I'm not the keto police. I'm the keto educator. I'm the keto teacher. So I don't judge. So if you eat these every now and then and you're losing weight, that's great. But understand that when you could have lost 10 pounds and you may have lost 3 to 4, this could be part of the problem. Or if you hit that wall and you're like, man, why am I not losing any more weight? Because I'm shocked how many people I talk to and they're like, yeah, I eat those like once a week. You know, it's like a treat. It's like, oh, y'all got to stop with them treats every week because that's going to slow you up. And I did my popcorn. I need to do a separate popcorn video where the popcorn, all I do is pop the popcorn for a minute and keep opening the microwave, because that's basically what you're doing. If you get a bag of popcorn, and no, popcorn is not keto, and you put it in the microwave and you open the door every 2-3 seconds, in 2.5 minutes, that bag is not going to pop. So it's the same concept with you and your weight loss, is that if you keep opening the door every once a week, then you're going to take 10 minutes to pop a bag of popcorn that takes 2.5 minutes, opposed to the person who just says, I'm going hard and I'm just going to leave it in there for 2.5 minutes and I'm going to have popcorn. So, I mean, that's like one of the analogies I use for, for the ketogenic lifestyle. So no, none of the mission breads that I found, and I encourage y'all, send me the information, because I love the research. I mean, I love it. I will look it up and I will double check. But I sat in the store and I looked the whole display that was bigger than me. And I went through every single one of those and I looked at every single ingredient, and all of them had like enriched bleached flour, or it was another type of flour, like whole wheat flour. One of those two was like one of the first 3 ingredients. So I'm like, none of these is going to work. So the mission bread tortillas, I would leave those alone and basically my whole thing is to educate you. So I wouldn't say necessarily leave them alone. If you are a person that's just like, I've been doing all right with it. If that's how you decide to do keto, I'm not judging. But I want you to know what it actually does. It spikes your blood sugar, which means you're going to get an insulin response, which means that while you're getting that insulin response, you can't be burning fat. And you're kind of like, you're slowing your own results up. So I got solutions. I'm not only a person that gives out problems, so I'm going to give y'all solutions too. So here we go. So here goes the next video. Y'all ready for the next video? Some of y'all have seen this, especially my TikTok folks. If y'all haven't, go watch the video. Go give it a like, a share, a comment, do something with it. You know what I mean? Especially if you found it valuable for you and it helped you along the way on the keto lifestyle. I posted it in a Facebook group too. So here we go. Let me say I'm happy to stop eating tortillas. All right, Sandra, that's what I like to hear. So Kathy Morgan says you need to join and what? Oh, she's tagging somebody, and she's tagging Alicia. Okay, so here we go. So watch this.
Hey y'all, Keto Coach here. So a lot of people have been asking about the Aldi's bread, the zero net carb bread. So let's do our blood sugar test. All right, starting glucose is 55, which is actually 100 milligrams. We're going to eat 2 pieces of the multi-seed bread. as most people eat a sandwich. First 30 minutes, 5.7, which is 102 in milligrams. After 1 hour, we're at a 5.8, which is 104 in milligrams. After an hour and 30 minutes, it went to 5.5, so it's back down to 100. At 2 hours, we dropped to 5.3, which is actually 96 in milligrams. All right, so after 2.5 hours, my blood glucose is still at 5.3, which is a 96 in milligrams. I actually tested it on the multi-seed bread because the ingredients on these two and the wheat are exactly the same, minus the seeds that they actually put in the bread. So it's pretty much conclusive that this one does not spike your blood sugar. Follow for more tips.
All right, so man, so I didn't know what to expect on that one. So when I did that video, I didn't really know what to expect. I didn't think it was going to be good or wasn't going to be good. I just was like, well, let me give it a shot, you know? So, because a lot of people had been asking about that. And I know y'all are like, okay, well, you know, what's up with it? So we talking about the Aldi's zero net carb bread. If y'all missed that, the Aldi zero net carb bread. So I looked at the ingredients on it first because I was like, I'm not going to just buy it and then, you know, and I know it's going to spike my blood sugar, and I've already done one video. So it had the ingredients on there, made me say, okay, these are different than the tortilla, so I'll give it a shot and see what it does. Y'all, my blood glucose went up 4 points, and then it dropped lower after 2.5 hours. After 2 hours, really, I did that 2.5 just because I was curious, because after it had dropped down below, I was wondering, like, would it come back up? Would it start to go back up? So after that 2.5 hours, it had dropped 3 points below where I started. So my insulin did its job, the fiber did its job, and the fiber basically made the glucose that was in there pass right through my system. So you have to understand that the reason why this worked in my mind, and if I was to try another bread, then I would look to see if it was similar. So again, we're talking about the Aldi's zero net carb bread. And I know I'm not really looking at a lot of questions right now. So yeah, the bread was good. It said it was wheat bread, good for you or healthy. No, Sandra, the wheat bread is not. Wheat bread is basically going to be the same as the, I won't say it's going to be the exact same as the white bread, but it's basically going to have wheat flour. And that wheat flour, it has a high glycemic index. So there are certain flours that have a medium or they call it low. But even if it says a low glycemic index, they're talking about something in the 50s. And in the 50s is high for keto. So, you know, maltitol is like 60. So, you know, when we say maltitol, they like, nah, you know, don't eat it because it's got maltitol. Maltitol is like 60. So you gotta be mindful of that, especially if there's no fiber. So when I look at the ingredients, I got the ingredients on here too. So there go the ingredients. It says modified wheat starch. So what y'all hopefully y'all learned today, that if it says modified wheat starch or wheat flour or whatever, then we can kind of basically say, okay, they modified it so that it will not cause an insulin spike or won't cause a glucose spike. So we good. The second ingredient is water. All right, good. So wheat gluten. All right, you know, we little wheat gluten. Okay, so we know this thing gluten-free. If you're a person that needs gluten-free, then this is not gluten-free. So it says wheat protein isolate. Okay, protein. We good. We some protein in there. That's fine. So then this is where I saw oat fiber. So I'm like, okay, oat fiber. Fiber is what we need to bring it through the system without having it just sit in your blood sugar. So okay, fiber is good. So then it's got the chicory or vegetable fiber, more fiber. Awesome. So this is where I was like, okay, maybe we might, you know, be a little off. Is it had wheat bran. So I had to look like, okay, wheat bran, now that might be something to spike your blood sugar. But what do you notice about the wheat bran? One thing that I noticed is that it's not the first or second ingredient. So that means that it's not the predominant ingredient in this bread. And I'm gonna put out a disclaimer right now before we get going too far that although this one is quote unquote keto or it didn't spike the blood sugar, I would still eat bread in modification. I would still eat this in modification because you know, if you start getting cravings because you got all of these wheat products in there and or inflammation starts to happen, then you still want to modify this. So the wheat bran, that's questionable. Soybean oil. So some people get real technical about the oils and this, that, and the other, which is good. You know, it's fine if you're going to be super keto and you're like, I don't eat anything with soybean oil. But soybean oil was not what I'm looking for at that time. I'm not looking, because the soybean oil is not going to necessarily spike my blood sugar, and so that's not what I'm looking for. So if I'm looking at oils, then okay, soybean oil would be one that I would be like, I'm not going to really mess with that because of the soybean oil. But that's more of a preference than anything. So my job is to tell you whether it's going to spike your blood sugar or not. So yeast, vinegar, salt, preservatives, everything in a bag or box got some type of preservative. So you understand that. And the preservatives are there so that it will stay in the bag or the box in the store for a longer period of time. So if you buy something in a bag or a box, it's not going to be the healthiest thing in the world. We know that. So I kind of get a little bit thrown off when people kind of start going hard on everything that's in a bag or a box, when we understand that we know this ain't the healthiest thing in the world for us. It's not something that hopefully is not the thing that you're sustaining your whole nutrition on, is stuff in the boxes and the bags. But it's understood that we live in a society where we're going to eat these things. So best practice is to know what's in it. That's my thing. At least I know what I eat. I don't want no tricks. So this why this one was okay, because the wheat bran has a low glycemic index, and it's still low glycemic index is still kind of considered the 50s, but you can't see it on this. But it had 9 grams of carbs. That's a big clue also. When you look at the amount of carbs in it, if it's like below 10, then you kind of can say, okay, well, we know that the carbs had to come from what? The carbs had to come from that wheat bran. We know that that's pretty much where the majority of those carbs came from that wheat bran. So that 9 grams. So if it's 19 grams of carbs, now the fiber has to do more work. And then if the fiber and the carbs don't match, then the fiber's leaving a little something behind, and that's where the blood sugar spike is going to come from. And that's what happened with the mission bread, because the mission bread is 19 grams of carbs, and then it's 15 grams of fiber. So it left a little bit behind. It left about 4 grams back there. And that 4 grams was basically unchecked. So that 4 grams of bleached flour that was unchecked is probably what was spiking the blood sugar. So the reason why I'm thinking that this zero bread kind of helped or went past through without spiking, because it has total grams of carbs of 9, and then it has 9 grams of fiber. So therefore, it left none of that wheat bran unchecked, and it was a quote unquote medium or low glycemic index on the wheat bran. So that's my theory on the net zero bread. So would I personally eat this bread? Yes, I would. Would I eat it every single day? No, because I think that you still may experience inflammation. If you're overeating this, you still may experience I won't even say digestive, because I mean, this thing, that fiber in there helped my digestion greatly after the next 24 hours after eating that. So I just think that maybe the inflammation, you may experience more inflammation by eating these bread products, more so than anything. So even if it is not spiking your blood sugar, it's still going to kind of give you the same kind of results that bread would give you. So I'm not really looking at the comments, y'all. I apologize. So it's awesome if you, so Bev, I thank you. I see you sent some rainbow puke over there on the TikTok side. But on Facebook, folks that don't know what that is basically they can send like coins to you for whenever you go live, gifts, basically they call gifts. So you say you didn't like the bread. So I try not to get too much into questions, so I won't go too far. So y'all, if I don't get to your question, when we stop the actual live for the YouTube and the Facebook side, then y'all can ask all the questions you need, and I can go in and answer those. So here we go. Let's look at some other bread. So I didn't do videos on these as of yet, but let's look. So this is the Thin Slim Foods, the zero net carb bread. This one is the honey bread, and I'm not really looking at the brands because I just kind of grabbed a image so y'all can see what I'm talking about. So just to see a couple questions while that's loading, he says, "Happy, hope you use multi-grain." Oh yeah, and the difference between the multi-grain and the seed on the Aldi's bread, the only difference is the seeds that they put in the bread. The ingredients are identical. So the ingredients are identical. So if you're like, well, I like the multi-grain because whatever, because it's multi-grain, they both the same thing. They literally are the same identical bread, except for the seeds that they put in the bread for the other one. I ate the multi-seed bread first. So this one is the wheat bread. But both of them are basically wheat bread. All right, so here we go. Zero carb bread. So the zero carb bread, here we go to nutritional facts on that. So y'all can tell me what y'all think. What y'all think about it. And this is granted, I haven't tested it. But basically y'all should be able to kind of get an idea based off of the theories that I just gave you. So the ingredients in this is wheat protein isolate, vital wheat gluten. So this is not a gluten-free item. So if you're a person that has gluten issues, then this one ain't for you. Oat fiber. It has modified wheat starch. So again, that's modified wheat starch. Flaxseed meal. So that's flaxseed. So basically it's flaxseed. When it says meal, it's basically just like flour or powder. So they basically ground it up into like a powder. There's olive oil. There's chicory root, which y'all notice the chicory root is in a lot of stuff because that's like a, like they use it as a fiber. Yeast, salt, apple cider vinegar. That's it. That's what's in it. And then it says contains wheat, baked in facility that uses wheat, soy, peanuts, tree nuts, and dairy. And I guess that's all trace stuff that's in it, just because they probably use the same machinery, or all of these powders and stuff are probably floating around in the factory, and they don't want anybody to test it, and then it really be like wheat in it. And they're like, well, there's no wheat in it. But of course, that's their disclaimer. That's their disclaimer. So it has 7 grams of carbs and 7 grams of fiber. So I'm looking at that, and I would have to do the test on it, but I'm looking at that and I'm saying that's pretty much this. That's pretty close to this. So I'm thinking that brand might be all right. That brand might be all right. I would check that out. I would check it out, and it also says refrigerate, like this one always says refrigerate. So I just bought this out of the refrigerator before I got on the live. So it says zero carb bread minus the fiber. So that bread might be good because it seems like it's very similar to the Aldi's bread. So you said, can I just bake my own? You can definitely bake your own bread. That way I know it's keto. Okay, yep. And you can definitely bake your own bread. And when I made that, what did I make? What I used it when I put the bread together. The fat dough. So when you make the fat dough, I mean, you can basically make your own bread out of the fat dough bread, and you know exactly what's in it. Ain't nothing in it but cheese, basically. So I think for anything, if you're a person that can make it at home, that's great. That's a great way that's the safest way. That's the best way, because here again, it's not in a bag or a box, although the cheese that you use might be in a bag or a box or whatever. But if you want to grade your own cheese and all that type stuff, then you got like some really good stuff. So that's a review on that bread. Y'all check it out, and at some point down the road, I might do a glucose test on it and see, but this is very similar to the Aldi's bread. So let's go. The solar bread. I've been getting a lot of questions about the solar bread. I believe the solar bread is at Costco's. Is that where that's at? So Keto Warrior High, somebody speaking to Keto Warrior. You call it fathead dough. Yep. So the fathead dough, you can definitely you can make everything with that. Pretzels, you can make pizza crust, you can do everything with the fathead dough. So that's definitely a good way. So I might put that other low carb bread in there after I check it out. And I'm not saying in there, I'm thinking like the Amazon store, but I really would like to check it out. So you said you ordered from Amazon. Okay. So anything on the Facebook side, said fall back from starch. Yeah, definitely want to stay away from starch. But if it's if it says modified in front of it, that means that they modified it so that it doesn't get into your bloodstream. It'll basically, they turned it into a fiber, basically. So that's the basis of that. So let's look at the solar bread. So it says 5 grams of protein, 4 grams of fiber. It's crazy because, I'm about to say, don't tell you what net carbs. And it has 2 grams of net carbs on it. So is this the Costco bread? I'm trying to wait to see if I got some answers in here. She said all the cheese is not good for ladies with PCOS. Yeah, and I get it, y'all. Like, there's no one size fits all for everybody. My job is not to judge. My job is to educate. So I'm not judging anybody. If you quote unquote dirty keto, I don't even claim all of that stuff. You keto, everybody is going to cycle through different levels of keto. Certain people are going to have different reactions to cheese than other people. There's some people who decide to do all dairy. And the thing that bothers me the most is people that look down on other people because they eat a certain way. Like, come on. Like, it don't make you better than somebody else because you don't do dairy, So it's almost like religion in a sense, It's like, I'm not going to look down on somebody who chooses a different religion than I choose, So it's almost kind of like that same type thing. Like, it's like we all in this together. So my job is to educate you and let you know what my findings are, and then you can decide on the best way for you. But granted, there's no one size fits all. Somebody might eat this bread and it makes them feel horrible. Other people might eat the bread and they feel like $1 million and they just continue to burn fat. So it's no one size fits all. But I think that if you're looking for bread, I'm teaching you how to find one that's going to fit into the lifestyle better than just going out and buying a regular old loaf of bread or buying the ones that say keto on the front. And then you realize that, like, well, this ain't even do what I needed it to do. So here we go. So that's the one thing I do respect about Mission is they never put keto on any of their products. All their products say low carb or carb balance. They ain't put keto on none of that stuff. But there are people who just took it and ran with it. And y'all got to understand too that there are people on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok that do stuff for views, and they know that certain products are going to get views. Like, I did that, and it was like 43,000 people looked at that video. I'm like, why 43,000 people looking at this? And that's why, because when they saw that Mission bread up there, that's the first thing. And a lot of people probably watched it because they were thinking it was going to be some great recipe for it, or because a lot of people do that. They do the popular items so that they can get views, and they cook with it. And then the next thing you know, you're using it thinking that it's going to help you along the way, and it's really not. So I'll get off of that one and keep it moving. So solar bread, let's go. So the ingredients: vital wheat gluten. So gluten we're not worried about. The second ingredient is wheat flour. So I would stop right there. The second ingredient says wheat flour, and then they break it down into wheat, niacin B3, reduced iron. Like, why you want to reduce the iron? Thiamine, mononitrate B1. So they're trying to tell you what's in it, basically. And that thing don't even end. Where's the closed bracket? I don't even see the close. Oh, there it goes. It ends at the folic acid B9. So, and then it has oat bran in there as well. So the second ingredient is wheat flour. And then the ingredient right after that is oat bran. So we already learned that oat bran is like a medium. It's like I say medium, but it's considered a low glycemic index. I'm calling it medium for keto because it's in the 50s. Low in keto is going to be below 10. So this is in the 50s. I see somebody popped in there. So there we are. So I would leave this one alone. That's my thoughts on this one. I ain't even got finished reading it, but it got the milk, flax seeds, canola oil, which we know is not a good oil, but we're not looking at the oils. And then, dang, I didn't even get to the second to last ingredient is wheat. They got cultured wheat flour. So it got wheat flour and cultured wheat flour in there. So this solar bread, I would stay away from. Now let's look at the fiber. Let's see if they wash it all out with the fiber. Let's see. So carb 6, fiber 2. So they leaving 4 grams of fiber in there to run amok in your body. I mean, they leaving 4 grams of carbs. So they leaving 4 grams of that wheat flour and that cultured wheat flour and that oat bran to just run amok in your body and just you get your insulin going. And so that's why I personally wouldn't mess with this, especially when you got this. So I'm gonna get this, or I'm gonna get that other net zero bread that was up that I showed y'all a second ago. So hey Sherry, I did get to see that hand up. You said, so no wonder I haven't lost any weight. Jenna, stop it. Say the last 4 months, stop it. So you said you left it alone after I read the ingredients. So Natalie, oh yeah, so after I read the ingredients, so Solar Bread is Kroger. That's at Kroger, so that's why I've never found it. But I thought Solar Bread, which is the Costco bread? Because I live right, I literally could walk to the Costco. Like it's like that close to my house. Like I can't quite look out the window and see it because it's an opposite, it's away from my window. But if it's so close that if my window is facing that direction, I would be able to see it. So I need to find that bread. So this Solar Bread, nah, I wouldn't fool with it. So here we go. This is the Franz bread, the keto white. It's called, they got keto on the bag, real big. And y'all got to understand that the word keto is not regulated. Like I could go put keto on the bag and just put all the sugar in it that I want because it's not necessarily regulated for them to say it's keto. So they don't have to follow certain guidelines. I guess, out of integrity, people, they do try to like at least try to, have a little bit of integrity for the sake of their company. But at the end of the day, what deems something to be keto or not keto? And that's the problem. So for me, what I'm trying to teach is that what are you looking for? You're looking for something that's not going to spike your blood sugar. So that's the key. You're looking for something that's not going to spike your blood sugar, because if your blood sugar spike, then your insulin is responding and you can't lose weight while your insulin is running around in your body trying to bring your blood glucose down. So, you want to give the insulin the least amount of work as possible so that you can burn fat. So let's look at this keto white. So y'all tell me, give me some predictions, y'all. Let me get some predictions on what y'all think. You said love Joseph's lavish bread. I haven't tried that. I haven't looked into that one. So no, I don't eat popcorn. No popcorn. Popcorn is out. I don't eat any corn products. I don't think anybody in any lifestyle really eats corn. Any dietary lifestyle where they're really like looking at ingredients and things like that, because it's supposedly a lot of it's genetically modified. So to each his own though. He said, sorry I missed it. What low carb tortilla can I eat on keto? Haven't gotten there yet. So Diddy Gomez, we got some time for that. So y'all let me know. I gotta know y'all still out there. Said nope, not keto. So Gabby says nope, not keto. Gabby, I'm glad to see you. You went on a hiatus for like 2 weeks. I was about to go inbox you to find out where you've been. So, but I'm glad to see you back in the group and making things happen. So you say got to find a replacement for carb balance mission. I got a replacement. I don't know how it tastes. I haven't tasted it yet. So I do have a replacement that I'm going to share with y'all at the end. So y'all already got the bread replacements in a sense already. And there might be another one in here. I don't even know. I just kind of put all the most popular ones in here. I've never seen this in a store. So I'm trying to come on TikTok. Y'all usually like show the most love, and y'all not even doing the predictions. So y'all predicting this Franz keto white bread. Y'all predicting that it's keto, and I hate to say keto or not, but will it spike your blood sugar or not based off the ingredients? So what about skinny popcorn? Nope, not even Sanders. No skinny popcorn either. Said white bread is not good for keto. So Sandra says white bread, no. Tree says no way. All right, so it's like a nope. I see a nope. I say a nope, no. So Andy says nope, no, not keto. All right, so we got some predictions. So let's move on. You said popcorn is high in carbs. Yes, indeed, Tammy. All right, so here we go. We're looking at the back of the bag here. So the first thing is modified wheat starch. So y'all can take a breath from now on when you see modified wheat starch, because you know that it is not as bad as you think it is. But it is wheat starch, but it's been modified so that it doesn't necessarily spike your blood sugar. But here again, you are getting wheat starch, so that's why I keep telling y'all, like, if you're still experiencing inflammation and things like that when you're eating this bread, then you understand that you are still getting a lot of the ingredients that you get in bread that spikes blood sugar. So and causes inflammation. So all of those other things are in there, although they found a way to filter it out. So the next ingredient is water. Next ingredient, wheat gluten. Okay, so gluten. So once again, this is not gluten-free. So this is not gluten-free. So what's our next one? Wheat protein isolate. Okay. Then we got chicory, vegetable fiber. Okay. So vegetable fiber, oat fiber. So we used to seeing that now, right? So chicory, we used to seeing that because that's going to be the fiber that's going to get that out of our system. And then we got the oat fiber and we got wheat. We got oat fiber, vegetable fiber, and then we got soybean oil. That's your personal preference, whether you know certain oils. And I've come up with a grading system. I try to only do the grading system when I'm live so people can ask questions. But basically, for each oil that's not approved, I would take 10 points off of it to give it a grade. So if I'm grading it, then I would be taking points away for having that soybean oil. So it contains 2% or less. So y'all have to understand that too. So when you look at certain items, a lot of items nowadays are having 2% or less or 1% or less, and then they're going to list some items. So here are the items that are 2% or less. So yeast, 2% or less. Vinegar, 2% or less. Salt, 2% or less. Enriched wheat flour. Okay. So when I see that, and that's the last ingredient on there, because then they got all of the stuff that's inside of it on there. So when I see that, I'm alarmed. If it was above the 2%, I would be a definite no. It would be a definite no. But because it's in the 2%, I'm like, my curiosity kicks in now. I'm like, I wonder if this one would actually spike my blood sugar or not. Now I messed up because I got this too low and I can't see how much fiber is in there. Oh, it says 12 grams. So it's 12 grams of carbs and it's 12 grams of fiber. So the fiber should cancel out, but at the end of the day, it's enriched wheat flour. So that's enriched wheat flour, which is high glycemic index. So this would be a very good one for a test. This would be a very good one for a blood glucose test. So this might be one that I could check out. I've never seen it in the store though. So I would have to figure out where to get it. But this one could be a very good one for a blood glucose test. So this one is inconclusive right now. But that enriched wheat flour. So if I had the other choices, I would choose those first. I wouldn't, maybe if you don't have these other two in your area, then okay, maybe, go with that. But this one would be this one intrigues me scientifically because it's like, I wonder if because it's down there with the less than 2%, and it has the same amount of fiber as it does carbs, will the fiber cancel out everything? But here again, y'all got to understand, I know we're talking about bread. This ain't gonna be for everybody. So everybody, if you the super clean keto, or if you the keto police, I know this not gonna be for you. This is fine. This is for my folks who looking for a treat every now and again that might not be, that's not gonna knock them out of ketosis, but give them something good every now and then that they want to try. So this ain't for everybody. So this bread class is not for everybody. I didn't eat bread, and I wasn't really a bougie keto person, but I didn't eat bread because it wasn't a lot of products out there at the time either. So this one is a maybe. This one is a maybe. We got to do some more research on this one. Y'all tell me where to get it. So y'all tell me where to get it. I'll go buy it and I'll do the blood glucose test. So I'll stick my finger 8 times to show to show y'all what it does to your glucose. And y'all don't feel like you can't try this yourself because every individual is different. I think for the most part, we're gonna have a lot of similarities when it comes to some of these things. But don't feel like you can't try it. Try it. Go one. Hey, Amelia, that's my niece. She's supposed to be in the room right now instead of in here, but she's coming in here and she's infiltrating keto class. So you can stay here for a second until we get going, okay? All right, so this is intriguing me, all right? So we'll go with that one. All right, so the next one is Kiss My Keto, the keto bread. So there's Kiss My Keto bread. So this one is the cinnamon one. I just grabbed a picture. So if y'all tried to Kiss My Keto, then y'all let me know. They can't see you on TikTok. There you go. She want to see herself too. So yeah, they can see you. All right, but you gotta be quiet. I'm teaching, okay? All right, so 2 grams of sugar in this one. So all right, you gotta go. You gotta go. See ya. See you later. All right, so I know. Go with Tay. All right, so clean ingredients. It says that's what it says. Clean ingredients. So we're looking at the Kiss My Keto. I'm reminding myself, not y'all, right? Because I just got distracted. So water, vital wheat gluten, eggs, oat fiber, golden flax seeds, meal, palm oil, sesame seeds, sunflower seeds. All right, we getting down to the bottom. We still ain't got nothing bad. Baker's yeast, okay. Kosher salt, butter, xanthan gum, cultured wheat. Okay, now that's that, and then the natural flavors, and then honey. So those two things were kind of like, what is that about? Now I might need to look into what the cultured wheat is and see exactly what's up with that. Thank you, Tata. I appreciate that. I just happened to see that. So cultured wheat, I don't know exactly what that is. I would need to do some research on that. But honey, we know honey is not keto, and I hate to say keto or not keto. Honey has a low keto score. How about that? So honey has a low keto score because it has a high glycemic index. So this one is another one that I would say I would want to test, but I kind of trust Kiss My Keto people because they have kind of proven through their other products that they get it. And I see that it's 5 grams of fiber and 5 grams of carbohydrates. So maybe, and the cultured wheat is like the second to last ingredient. So I'm thinking like this might actually be half decent, but we got to figure that we would have to figure that out. This would definitely be another one. So the last two would be two that I would definitely want to check the blood glucose on to see what's what. So TikTok folks, if y'all over there, y'all know I can't really answer questions right now. You said it has a lot of salts. Well, Sandra, the salts are not really a huge deal on the ketogenic lifestyle unless you just notice that you're having a problem with it, because a lot of times we're getting a lot less salt than we were getting on our regular American lifestyle. Come on, Sasha, go. So now Sasha going. So y'all hear her going. So my TikTok folk know we gotta always take her out when class is over. So here goes the Keto Thin. This is made by Julian Bakery. They had a few keto items early on that some of them turned out not to be so keto, but they were like really huge in the keto space like 3 and 3.5 years ago. If y'all I don't know how huge they still are, but they stop, Sasha. No. So we gotta look a little deeper into this. She's gonna drive me crazy. This is why I lock her in the room. So everybody that escaped that came to me tonight while I'm doing class. All right, so here go the ingredients: purified water, bleached almond flour. Okay, it's almond flour, so we know almond flour is like a 0 glycemic index. Organic cage-free whole eggs. Oh, that sounds good to me. Organic butter, organic cream cheese, vanilla extract, baking soda. This right here got to be good. This is some good bread here. I don't know how it tastes, but this right here your blood sugar shouldn't move. Like this should be good stuff. This should be good stuff right here. So you would have to really, I really just found this tonight as I was doing some research on the breads. So here again, this is another one that I would try. 1 gram of carb, 1 gram of fiber, 12 grams of fat. So it's not only that, it's going to give you the fat that you're looking for also. So Stuck Up Barbie 1964 says cultured wheat is a natural preservative produced via a unique controlled fermentation. Thank you for that. Stuck Up Barbie, I guess my true interest is in whether cultured wheat has a glycemic index. So what is the glycemic index of cultured wheat? That's really what my main concern would be. Is if it's because it's been cultured that it took all of the things that would spike your blood sugar out of it. So that's what I'm curious. So this Keto Thin. Now, granted, there's another Keto Thin. So the 2 Keto Thins. So this one is made by Julian Bakery. I can scroll back up later, but the other one also had was called Keto Thin as well. So I mean, y'all got quite a few good solutions for bread. We're gonna go into my favorite solution so far for tortillas, and I'm definitely still looking. So here we go. So this right here, There's a company I was introduced to by one of the community members, and I cannot remember. I apologize. So if you're on the live, remind me who it was. So one of the community members sent me this, was like, you need to look into this bread. Well, this company, and the company is called Smart Baking Company. So I looked into Smart Baking Company. They literally sent me a box of stuff. They sent me a box of stuff to try. I didn't even look at the ingredients on this one. I just assumed everything was keto. But like the muffins and stuff are kind of high, but the bread itself, what I saw right here, was good. So I'm looking at the keto bundle. So you see they got different breads in the keto bundle. So I do have that one that I got, that smart cakes. I got those. And I have this is the burger buns. So I haven't tasted these yet. My intention is to go buy some burgers, but like the ingredients on this are so crazy. When I say crazy, I mean crazy good. So purified water. They ain't just use any old kind of water, y'all. They use purified water, all right? So purified water, proprietary fiber blend, and that's oat fiber, corn fiber, and flax seeds. Eggs, erythritol, whey protein isolate, egg whites, sunflower oil, okay, sunflower oil, cellulose gum, natural flavor, spices, potassium, chloride, salts, and sodium, and sesame seeds. Y'all, there is nothing in this thing that you would consider to spike your blood sugar. They don't even have like, they don't even have like that wheat. They don't even have the modified wheat. So this right here, I haven't tried it. I haven't tasted it yet. I've heard some reviews on it. Some people say nay, some people say yay. But can you imagine, y'all? Like, look, they come like this. So you go into a cookout. And I'm sorry, y'all. You go into a cookout and you know they're gonna have burgers on the grill, and you can just bring your own bread. Like this is what it is. So this is why people are like, oh, it's so hard. So say you go to a restaurant and they make one of the bangingest burgers you ever had in your life. Take your own bread, and you might even be able to tell the chef, like, look, I need you to put this on there. You can put a little you can sizzle it a little bit on the grill, warm it up, but like you can bring your own bread. So this is one of the things I think can be a game changer, because this company here, and I'm doing research so far, but I have a promo code for this company. They gave me a promo code. The promo code, I believe, is Keto Coach E. If you're really interested in it, message me on YouTube. I'll put the link down below. So if you're really interested in trying this, then message me, because I do have a promo code. I believe it's Keto Coach E, but check with me because it might just be a link. I can't remember because I haven't posted it on the Facebook yet, because on the Facebook side, I have a promo code section and I haven't put this in there. I got 2 new promo codes. Kiss My Keto gave me a promo code too. So I forgot to say that when I talked about them earlier. So Kiss My Keto, the promo code is Keto Coach E10, but y'all can double check. So I try to keep them all Keto Coach E. I believe they made it 10 because you get 10% off. Now on the Smart Sweets, so this one says keto friendly too. This is a muffin. So this is a muffin. I haven't tried this one yet. So the muffin ingredients are very similar to the bread ingredients. No wheat, nothing in there. No wheat fibers, no wheat, nothing in here. The carbs are 20, the fiber is 10, the erythritol is 10. So this is a 0 net carb. This is a muffin. And I got like 2 or 3 muffins that they put in that box. So like, yo, like this company right now is looking pretty decent as far as the products. I got to look, that smart cake that you see over here that says Cake Love. I got that one on the bottom left. I got to try those out. So I'll be doing reviews on these at some point on the TikTok side. And then I always share it to the Facebook and the IG. You said their website or Amazon. Their website, Gabby. So it would definitely be on their website. And then you would use my promo code. If you inbox me, I can let you know which is the real promo code. I believe it's Keto Coach E. Some companies just give you a link that kind of has your promo code already embedded inside the link. So I believe it's Keto Coach E with them. And they gave me a promo code weeks ago, but I just didn't feel comfortable sharing yet. But now I feel comfortable. So y'all, this is a great alternative for bread products. Make sure you're paying attention though. Make sure you're paying attention. That you're getting the keto approved items. I believe everything there is. Don't quote me, but I mean, come on, y'all. There's no excuse. I haven't seen a hamburger bun, a hot dog bun, but they got hamburger buns. Y'all, you can eat a hamburger from anywhere. You can go to Five Guys and just like, yo, put this bun on there. So, and I know some places the bun is like what makes the burger, but you know that you can go to Cookout, take the bun with you. So I think that's a game changer for people. That's a game changer, y'all. Take the bun with you. Get up in the morning, you want a muffin. I used to eat a muffin every morning. That was like my thing. So now to get a company that has a daggone muffin like this. So I wouldn't do the blood glucose test on this one quite yet. I just would be down the road if I was to do it because the ingredients are so clean. And it's called Smart Baking Company. I know some people have tried. If you tried it, definitely leave your reviews in the comments, whether you liked it or you didn't like it, or be honest, because that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be honest. Y'all notice I don't share anything that I'm not in love with. So if I'm not in love, y'all, that's why y'all haven't seen these yet. That's why y'all haven't seen the giveaway for the Quavos yet, because I'm still trying to figure out some of these ingredients in these Quavos. I'm still trying to make sure that that's good for my folks. I'm not just sharing anything with y'all. So, you know, if I'm doing a giveaway, then you know I approve it. At least I approve it, and my heart is in the right place if I find out something later. But the Quavos, I'm still not 100% on it. There's a couple ingredients in here. I know I'm talking about bread, but like the dill pickle has maltodextrin. So this is the dill pickle has maltodextrin, and that's out for sure. This one I'm not even giving away. I'm not gonna send that to anybody. But the sour cream, I mean, they delicious. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. They are delicious. Delicious they are. But this one has, and I know I'm talking about bread, but I'm just kind of telling y'all what I do when I look at these ingredients. So this one has egg whites, ghee, butter, milk, seasoning blend. So the seasoning blend is where that maltodextrin is in that one. Spices, yeast, extract, avocado oil contains less than 2%. So under the 2% is tapioca flour. Tapioca flour has a high glycemic index. So here again, this one. So basically, if I try that other bread that has 2%, then I would probably be okay with this. But this one has tapioca flour, which has a high glycemic index, but it's in the less than 2% part. So I would like to try it myself on my glycemic index scale. And then they don't have keto on this bag. What's crazy, they got keto on this bag with the maltodextrin and don't have keto. They got low carb on this bag that don't have maltodextrin. So I'm confused because I think they're a little confused. I'm gonna be honest. Quavos, the flavor is great though. The flavor is great. These are great tasting. And then this one has something in it too. And I know we're talking about bread, y'all, but you know, we just talking. And they got this, the gold bags. It's always hard to see the things on it. They don't put a white box around it. So what is in this one? This one has tapioca starch. This says modified tapioca starch at the top. What else? I believe that's it. I'm not gonna keep looking because y'all know I'll lose focus. So less than 2%. Yeah, I think it was a tapioca starch that caught my eye. But now that I look at it, it's actually modified tapioca starch. They got the garlic powder, onion powder, sea salt, paprika, yeast. So this one is like, this one is good. Like this one right here, I'm good with. The other one is under investigation, and the dill pickle is out of the question. So that's my spiel on the Quavos right now. So here's your solution, y'all. And I have not tasted these personally. I will very soon because I need to order some of these so that I can taste them so that I can speak intelligently about them. But I have these in my Amazon store. I've had them in there for years because they have great ingredients and they're basically kind of similar to the texture of tortilla wrap. Granted, I don't believe it's the exact same, but it's not a cheese wrap. So, you know, the cheese wraps don't even have the same type texture, where the texture of this one is closer. So these are like coconut wraps. I'm sorry, on the TikTok side, I didn't say what it is. So these are the Nuco, Nuco coconut wraps. If you go to my Amazon store, you will actually see these in the bread section. I have a bread category. And I'm going to start updating it now that I'm kind of focused on bread right now. I'm going to update it so you can actually see. So these are Nuco breads. They actually have a cinnamon, a merengue, a turmeric, and an original flavor. So try those out. See how they hit for you in your in your what do y'all call these your tortilla fix, because sometimes you just want that same feeling. So you said this is my first time hearing about this bread. So Sandra, the first time hearing about that smart sweets. I mean, not smart sweet. No, smart sweets are bad. I don't even know why that came out. The smart I forgot what the name of this company is. Smart bread. I forgot the name that quick. My brain just froze. All right, so here we go with the coconut wraps. So Smart Baking Company. That's what it is. A Smart Baking Company. So if y'all looking for it, y'all can go to the website, use my promo code so you can get the discount. Get the discount, y'all. And that's why I hound these companies for promo codes, because, and I always tell y'all, they're not gonna pimp me. So I'm not gonna let them just have me sharing their products and then y'all don't benefit. Like, if I'm gonna share my products with you guys, then y'all need to get discounts. Like, y'all need to get discounts. Some of them may say, okay, we'll give you a little percentage or whatever, and all of them don't. But whether they do or they don't, I always make sure that I get a promo code so y'all can get the discount on the product. Even though I do like it, I still want them to be able to say, well, I want the people in our community to be able to benefit. So if you're in the Keto Coach E community, then you should be able to benefit, because you should be able to save money on keto approved items just by being a part of the community. So that's it with that. This is the ingredients: organic coconut meat. Well, basically that's just the coconut. They call it the meat. Organic coconut water, organic virgin coconut oils, and contains some tree nut. And the tree nut is what? Coconut. All right. So total carbs are 6, dietary fibers are 2. So you just got about 4 grams of carbs floating around. And y'all know that coconut does have its own sugar in it. So it's about 3 grams of sugar in there. So this would be better than the other wraps as far as your blood glucose. So if you're looking for a wrap, if you just gotta have a wrap, then I say my suggestion is the Folios. I love the way the Folios taste. I bought the egg wraps. I don't even like them. Like the Folios, if I didn't have them the same time I had the Folio, that would be all right. But they have the egg wraps right now, and then they have the Folios. And then these would have more of a texture that is similar to a regular tortilla. So check that out. I'm still doing research on these tortillas to see what I can find that's good. So y'all definitely drop some in the comments if you want to try. If you got something you want me to look at or look for, y'all definitely let me know. I see Heather. Thank you, Heather. Heather sent big love. I appreciate that. Thanks for that. I appreciate that. I always appreciate the gifts. So thank y'all. So it's Q&A time. So let me go. Let me see. Coming out of this real quick. So let me see. Do we have anybody? Let me see. Oh man. Let's see. Let's hide the panel. I don't want to hide the panel. Where's the panel? Let me see who's here. Is anybody out there on the for the Q&A? See, we got live questions. So hopefully you're still out there. Let me end the share. I don't want a new share. I want to stop the share. Okay, so we're stopping the share. Y'all probably see my old raggedy screen right now, but that's fine. So I'm trying to find on the. So let's see. I got 2 participants. All right, I got somebody out there now. All right, so I got 1 attendee. So Lynette is still there. So Lynette, are you still there? I see you are you on mute. You got to come off mute. I'm unmuting you. All right, so Lynette.
I'm here.
All right, you are there. So what questions do you have from tonight?
Oh, my question, I just put it in the question box too. What do you think about if you use the Aldi's bread and the Quest chips? Is that okay to use both of those, like, with moderation?
Yeah, for sure. The Quest chips are good. I noticed for me, the Quest chips kind of irritate my stomach a little bit. So I'm always a little bit leery of the not leery of the Quest chips, but I definitely moderate the Quest chips. But yeah, the Quest chips pretty much are protein chips. So that's the only thing that I tell you to just be careful about, is not to overdo the protein, because it's like 20 grams of protein in that bag, you know, which is not
Wow.
horrible. But if you're doing a protein chips, protein shake, protein bar, but definitely that would be a good meal, right? You get your little sandwich and some protein and the Quest chips. I think that's a good snack. That's a good snack, and it's definitely something you ain't gonna do every single day, but definitely something that wouldn't hurt you as far as your keto journey.
Okay, that's good.
Got any other questions?
Like like how often do you think it's okay to eat the keto, I got all these, the multi-grain one, the bread. So I ate like maybe 3 slices last week.
Okay.
And I ate 2 slices this week. That was this morning.
Yeah, all right. So I mean, I think that since it's not affecting, I would say my blood sugar. So I mean, you got to see what it actually does for you. But I think that if it's not affecting the blood sugar, I think that it's okay. I mean, you eating 3 slices in a week, I don't think that's horrible. But you got to see if what it's doing inflammation wise. Like, do you feel like mucus in your, like, if you like mucus in your throat more, or do you feel?
I think the fiber is good, like you said. I like the fiber.
Okay, so
I would
say roll with it. The only thing is that if you hit a stall, that would be one of the first things I eliminate. So I would say, okay, so when you hit a stall, I always say sucralose. that's one of the first things you look at. And if you're eating these keto approved breads, that would be the next thing, because it does have a lot of those other ingredients in them that could be causing inflammation.
Okay. Can I ask one more question?
Yes, you can ask as many as you want.
Okay, this is off the topic though.
Okay.
About like Crystal Light, but I don't have all the Crystal Light, and the 0-calorie drink packets.
Okay.
What do you think about those?
So Crystal Light has sucralose. So I teach to not drink Crystal Light, because sucralose will spike 50% of the people who use it. It spikes 50% of the people who use blood glucose. And that's scientific. So I always tell everyone I read scientific journals, and that is in a journal. And I need to just share that journal entry. I need to go find, it was a couple of them, and they both were basically saying that it was kind of like inconclusive as to what it was doing, because some people that had it would spike blood sugar and some people it wouldn't. And it was kind of confusing because it's 0 carb, 0 calorie. So I always have theories about why it's doing that. But so I always say eliminate sucralose as much as you can. So they had Mio has sucralose in it. The Gatorade versions have sucralose in them. So the Powerade powder, any of those that come in the powders, and then the drinks. So the Gatorade drink, they have the low carb ones, they have sucralose. So the best thing to do is, I always tell everyone to get the oh man, what's the name of that electrolyte powder? I don't even have one near me, but it's in my Amazon store. So there's an electrolyte powder that's 0 carbs, 0 calories. I got so many names in my brain right now, I can't even spit it out. But somebody put it in the chat, because I know that'll help me out. If you put the name of the one I always talk about. I don't even know, do I have a promo code for them or not? I don't think I do, but I do have them in my Amazon store. And it tastes good. It tastes good. I don't think you'll miss any of those other ones. But that sucralose, I always try to get people to eliminate sucralose as much as they Ultima Replenisher. Thank you, Shelly. So Shelly put it in there. The TikTok side was in there quick. So they Ultima Replenisher, yeah. So the Ultima Replenishers. So appreciate y'all, Andy, Keto Warrior, Natalie, and AU Natural was the first one to drop it in there. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that, is to eliminate sucralose as much as you can. I don't think that you need to even have those Crystal Light ones when there's something like Ultimate Replenisher around. And Ultimate Replenisher is good. Like when you taste it, you'll be like, okay, they got all these different flavors. Like the watermelon one is like my favorite flavor. They were sold out of it. The watermelon is so good it was sold out. So, and they actually have real electrolytes. Like, like Gatorade, they faking electrolytes. It's a lot more sugar in it than electrolytes. So this is actually an electrolyte drink. Like when you drink it, like you can see the electrolytes like still in there. You like shaking, trying to, mix the electrolytes up so you can make sure that you get them all. So try the Ultimate Replenishers. That would be a good fix.
Okay. And can you put a link up? How do I get to your Amazon store?
So you're on the Facebook side. So if you're on the Facebook side, just go over to the file section, and then you'll see it in the file section, say Amazon store or something like that, and then you'll be able to click the link. If you're on the TikTok side, y'all can go to the bio, click the link tree bio, and it'll open up and you'll see Amazon. It's the only one with a logo. And same with Instagram. So I appreciate you coming through. Is it Lynette or it's Lynette, right?
It is Lynette, yes.
All right. So any other questions? It's your show. So for those of y'all who don't know what's going on, is I want to open this up to using Zoom, because I like to be able to interact. I like to be able to get questions back and forth fairly quickly. And then like on TikTok, sometimes it's like 50, 60 people asking questions at the same time. You miss things. So when I put it out there to get on Zoom, y'all, jump on it, because I'm going to keep implementing this. So it's definitely your show, Lynette. So if you got any other questions, definitely ask away. You back on mute. There you go.
I just put myself while you were talking.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just so new that I'm still learning, like today we had like vegetables, but it was like a medley, but I didn't eat the carrots. I ate the cauliflower and the broccoli. So a lot of things I'm a little scared of eating. Some things I won't eat. So I'm just trying to learn a balance.
Right. So I mean, that's good. Like in a medley, like carrots are higher in carbs, but it's like they're like cucumbers. Like cucumbers are higher in carbs, and most people are not eating a whole cucumber. So, but that was good though, that you ain't know, so you put them aside. So that's good. When in doubt, don't eat it. That's a good way to be.
And so the only thing is we went out to eat last night too, right? And so I'll be trying to make good choices, but I might have kind of dipped on this one. I think it's good. I picked the brisket, but I didn't think about the sauce that would be on it. Okay. So it had a little sauce. I kind of took my fork and raked the sauce off. I didn't eat about like half. It was really good, like half the brisket, and I got collard greens for my side.
Okay, yeah. So that's good though, because sauces is where could be your downfall because they do like to put a lot of sugary stuff in sauces. So I mean, for keto, mayonnaise-based sauces are usually pretty good to go with. So yeah, definitely. That was a good decision. That was a good decision to kind of scrape that off of there.
Yeah. All right. Thanks. That's good.
All right. Well, I appreciate you coming on. And I'll see if any questions in the chat on the Facebook side. And then we'll be logging off and going straight to it on the TikTok side for a little while as these little Q&A. So if y'all on TikTok, then get over there for the Q&A. Lynette, I definitely appreciate you popping in and asking some questions. Anytime, if you got any questions, feel free to reach out and I'll give y'all the number. My phone number is 410-401-5380. Text me there. We can set up a time to talk. So that's always good. Talked to Cynthia today. Cynthia was like, I need help. So I was like, text me. She texted me. And I said, well, when would you like to chat? She said, I'm available now. I picked up the phone and called her because I was available now too. So, that's the squeaky wheel gets oil, y'all. So I always say that if you're struggling, then and you're not getting help, it's your fault because you got my phone number. And if you're not using it, that's your fault because I'm offering that to every single person under the sound of my voice to basically just call me, message me, and I'm going to help you as much as I can. Y'all know my mission is to help millions of people. So it's not to help a few people, it's to help millions of people. So I gotta be available. I gotta be available to if I'm going to help that many people. So y'all make it happen. Don't be shy. Send a text, set up a time to talk. Those that do, they get help. So the squeaky wheel gets oil, and you have not because you ask not. That's my dad. That's my dad speaking. He always told me that. So I appreciate y'all on the Facebook side, checking to see. Said, do you have any opinions on what's that? All Max keto drink mix. I'm not familiar with that, Samantha. So inbox me with that, and I'll look into it for you. I'm not familiar with All Max keto drink mix. I'm not familiar with that. So definitely inbox me with that, Samantha, and I'll look into it. So Sherry says I use it in my in my vodka and water. So oh man, so she talking about the Ultima replenisher. So Sherry says she used the vodka, used the Ultima in the vodka and water. That'll work. That'll give it some flavor. That's for sure. And you get your electrolytes, Sherry. And now you're thinking. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna get out of here on the presentation side. So I appreciate y'all. If y'all got any questions, definitely feel free to message me. Facebook side, on YouTube, y'all 410-401-5380 or comment below, and I will be getting with y'all to answer any questions you may have. Thank y'all.